Alright, so I finished recording and I felt like I just didn't do a good enough job. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna explain why all the characters are where they are in that list. First of all, Shun, I like her. She deserves to be on the list, you know? Okay, but actually, okay, this fight is actually very difficult. The most important part about this fight is the armor class of the characters. For the most part, you want special armor characters and maybe heavy. Heavy is okay, but specifically you want special armor because special armor characters will not take a lot of damage from explosion damage. And the boss after floor 50 will be explosion damage. That's very important because the boss actually does a ton of damage and you actually need that armor to protect yourself. It's super vital. Alright, so let's get on with C tier. We got Azusa. She's strong, but she can't survive, and yeah, that's the main reason. If she could survive, she'd be fine for the fight, but she just dies and it's difficult to use her. And she's super squishy also. Like, even when you used her normally, she was actually super squishy. Same with Shiroko and both the Asunas. Asuna, the bunny girl Asuna is cool because she's a armored, or she lowers armor, but you don't really need her to reduce armor. Chisei, the swimsuit Chisei is a good single target damage healer. The 6 cost seems excessive, but the fight actually gives you so much cost that you actually don't really need. Like, the 6 cost doesn't actually matter too much. To give you an example, which I gave in my previous, which I gave in the previous recording, but Yoshimi is a 10 cost, and we use her in the explosion fight because Yoshimi does so much damage, and you can kind of still rotate your skills even using her cost. Even using a 10 cost skill, you could still use her ability, which is crazy good. Chirino, she does a focus fire buff, but for the most part, the cost generation that she gives doesn't really matter. Like I said, with the Yoshimi reference. Chisei, she's an AoE, the burn's okay. You can maybe use her to kill the red ball, but like, using 4 costs to kill a ball, she might not even do it. That's the issue. Alright, let's move up. We got B tier, we got a lot in B tier. These characters, you can kind of use, but for the most part, you can't use them past stage. Floor 49 is the break point. Before that, like floor 1 to 49, all the damage the bosses deal are normal damage. It's basically like neutral damage is the resistance to most damage. It doesn't really matter. After that, it starts dealing its explosion damage and has mystic armor, or special armor. So we got, the main ones, the main culprit is Wakamo. Wakamo's a strong character, but she dies after 50. Like, I've used her, she just dies, it's infuriating, it makes me angry. Well, that's about it. Shinatsu is actually a very great buffer. If you... Honestly, I would move her up to A, but she's fine. You don't... Like, the attack speed's nice, but you don't really need it that much. It is a long fight. It's a 4-minute and 30-second fight. So you do actually get a lot of value out of the attack speed buff. So if... She might come in handy. I'm not too sure about this one, but the others I'm pretty sure. The others I'm pretty sure deserve where they're at. Iroha seems good, but I don't think she'll be that amazing. I feel like there's just better support characters you can use besides her. Both the Alices are strong, but they're both just... They don't perform enough. Hinata seems very good. The problem is that her damage is just not that great in an AoE fight, or in a single target fight. She's okay in like Zilla and stuff like that, but like, in this fight for some reason she just didn't perform well. Maki's just here for the defense down, and she's good for like basically stage 49 and below. Don't use her past that, it's just not good enough. Karen is okay. It's single target damage. That's the main reason why she's there. It's okay, but she's way better in AoE fights. I would probably move her down if I felt like it, but she's okay. Same with Haruna. Great single target damage, but just for some reason doesn't perform well. Probably because she's just too squishy too. Ayane, probably don't use her. Honestly, I would probably move her down. I don't think she's that great for this fight. I guess the mines actually could be useful to break the ball. So maybe you could use her. Serena, Nodoka, Serena and Nodoka are actually not bad. You can use them for healing. I think Nodoka's maybe a little bit weaker, but Serena's pretty decent. I just think that her heal, like, she's just a little overkill in the single target heal. I think if you want to use Serena, I think Kokona is just better. Mine and Tsurugi, Mine is cool on debuffs. It's just, I don't think you need her debuffs for the fight. Tsurugi's okay. She's okay. Hanako, honestly don't use her. Same with Hare seems good. Like Camp Hare seems really good, but she dies. She'll just die. And same with Irie. She's okay. I could be okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Ivory. Alright, next we got the A tier. These are characters I can use at least in stage 74 and beyond, but they could struggle at points. Some of them are very useful, some of them you don't actually need that much. Let's start with the most glaring one, Akko. You don't actually need her. She's okay in the fight. Her heal is, like, useful, but for the most part, you don't... Like, Akko actually struggles to fit in the plates. I guess if you're running a single DPS, she's actually really good. But in this one, you kind of want more than one DPS. And also, it just feels like AoE buffs are just better in this fight for some reason. And then next we got Himari. Himari's great, actually. Himari is... The thing with Himari is, even though she has a crazy good attack buff, the cost just isn't great value. So she kind of dropped a little bit because of that. Same with the Hoshino. But Hoshino I think would be a little bit higher just because she's a tank. And same with Yuka. In Yuka's case though, she's a very good tank, and I honestly was about to put her in S tier, but I just didn't want to call her S tier. These four are actually like S tier contentions. Actually, also these two. Izuna is a very good debuff. I think Izuna is the best debuffer for this fight if you want debuffs. She's also very good at killing the red ball, which is a very important mechanic to clear. The red ball basically gives you so much damage that helps you clear the fight. If you can, like, time red ball with, like, Akko, you do a ton of damage. Fuka's fine. The shield's actually very important. Getting that shield to protect, like, your squishies is actually super nice. Mashiro is a interesting tech. I think Mashiro's pretty good just because you can also use her to kill the red ball, and her crit damage is actually very good. Koharu is fine. I think Koharu is the second best healer for this fight. Koharu, honestly, could do better. I think that the AoE heal is what makes me not like her as much. But AoE heals are still fine. Like, Hanako is very good too. Like this Hanako. And actually, Nagisa is a very good tech for this fight. I think Nagisa is really good too. Nagisa serves a dual purpose. Actually, three purposes. She can debuff the boss, kill the red ball, and she heals her team. All of them are really good. Izuna's fine, great damage dealer. Same with Mitsuki. This Koharu's okay. I think she's the weakest one of the healers, or the damage dealers. Just Akko, or just Aru, I mean, just Aru. Great damage buff. Heals are okay. The thing with Dress Aru is she's very valuable with characters such as like Mika and soon to be Hoshino and Shiroko actually, but she's very good with Mika. But we don't need Mika in this fight, so she's about here. She's okay. I mean, she'd probably be lower, somewhere like this. These are like good healers. These three, or these four actually. Kaho, decent for damage, but I feel like she's a little bit lacking. Just a little bit. Kaide's fine. Kaide and Amy are both just like shielders. They're nice because they help you reposition. I think, oh no, I don't think Kaide does, but Amy helps you reposition. Oh, actually, speaking of repositioning, Fuka's not bad too. Fuka would fit here. Fuka helps you reposition too, which is great. Repositioning in this fight is actually very important. If you can't, like, if you don't position your characters correctly, using a character to help you reposition is very good. And just getting a heal or something, or a shield, very, very useful. Did I forget anyone? Serena has a good crit damage buff, great healer too. This one, good defense buff. The defense buff is actually not bad, and the healing is good too. I think that's about it. I think those are all A tiers. That's it for A tier. Let's move on to the S tiers. These are all, like, great characters to use in this fight. Sakurako is definitely the strongest character in the fight. Shiroko is actually very good too. Like, these are pretty core, I feel. Okay, these four. If you run those four, you have a good shot at clearing. Akari, very good. If you run like extra DPS like Umika, like these three, with Akari, super nice to have. Having a fourth DPS, or having a third DPS is kind of difficult. Like, I guess you can run like an Izuna, like swimsuit Izuna for the fourth DPS, which wouldn't be that bad. I think this fight's difficult to have more than like 2 or 3 damage dealers, specifically for mystic damage, because there's like not that many great characters for this fight actually. Uh, Summer Shizuko is actually super, like, she's super useful. Like, just Akko and Summer Shizuko are very good tech characters. And Kotama is actually very, very good here, too, because you get so much value by buffing, like, 4 characters. Utaha is a great damage dealer. She's fine. I mean, I could drop her a little bit, but I think she's okay. Maybe I'll drop her. Maybe she's, like, right here. And Natsuko's a great healer. She's, like, she kind of helps you, she's, like, the backup healer. Her and Kokona are, like, so good together. And Atsuko kind of keeps you alive and gives you a little bit of extra cost. Or no, does she? No, she doesn't. It's Miyako that does. But yeah, she's very good evasion tank. She keeps you alive. The extra healing is not bad. These are basically the characters I'll consider for this fight. If there's anyone you're not too sure about, please leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Lates.